Hey, what's up ghouls? It's me, Sabo, and welcome to another video. This is going to be my bullet journal setup for July of 2022, and the theme that I'm going for this month is the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, which is a novel written by Mo Xiang Tong Xiu. It's a Chinese web novel, and I just felt really inspired to do a theme based off of the novel this month. So for this theme, I traced a lot of the artwork from the manga adaptation of the book because I love the art form and I think the manga is definitely one of the closest adaptations of the novel. If you're into C-dramas, I think you are probably acquainted with the book through the drama The Untamed, which is the most popular adaptation that's out there. I've seen it as well. I've loved it for what it is, but I do not think that the C-drama has anything on the novel because the novel is just, it's the original work for a reason. I was actually toying around with the idea of using watercolor in this theme, but I decided against it because I'm just not very well versed in watercolor and I really liked how the line art came out and I didn't want to possibly fuck it up. So the cover pages are just black and white, and I used the two panels of the most iconic scene of the story where the confession happens, and I used like the most iconic line out of the entire story as well, which is, "I want to night hunt with you for the rest of my life." My god, my heart is warm, I'm full, my depression is cured, my anxiety away, I'm thriving. Just like that one line has me in a chokehold. On the next page, I drew the Emperor Smile liquor, which is a very symbolic thing in the story itself. It is the main character's favorite alcohol, and it is made by the clan of the main character's love interest. So definitely had to draw that one in. I also used a lot of clouds because whenever I think of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation and about its symbols, I think the clouds really stand out, especially since the love interest's clan, his clan's symbol is a cloud, and his clan finds itself on a mountaintop which is covered by clouds as well. So there's just a lot of symbolism with clouds, and I feel like a lot of the drawings in this setup are pretty intense. For me, I'm not really someone who draws that often, so to draw these manga panels and something like the liquor pot, I wouldn't really be able to keep up with that throughout the rest of the month. So I think the clouds were a perfect addition to the setup because they're easy to draw and I won't get tired of it very easily, and it still keeps the theme of what I was going for. So I had a lot of fun creating the cover page. I spent like an entire evening trying to sketch out how I wanted to look, where I wanted things to go. And even though I was tracing the artwork of the manga, it was still super challenging to get it how I wanted it to look like, or like close to how I wanted it to look like. So I struggled a little bit, but I had a lot of fun doing it. So that's always a good thing, right? And you know, who knows? Maybe in the future I will create this setup and I am able to use watercolor painting to bring the artwork to life in the way that I initially envisioned it. So the next spread that I'm setting up is my monthly overview. I'm going back to the big boxes and I made them a square larger than I usually do, which means that there isn't any space on the side to write down my goals, which is something that I had to get used to, like visually, because I'm so used to having my goals and my monthly overview on one page. But I kind of liked how this looked as well. Since the boxes are a little bit larger, I am able to record an event for the day and to use it as my monthly video content planner, because for the month of June, the boxes are a little too small to record both. So I'm happy that, you know, it turned out the way that it turned out. And the size of the boxes are 6 squares by 6 squares. I used 1 square to put in the date for each box, and then I colored those in black because I really like the stark contrast. And then I drew in some clouds all around. I also used a dark blue Crayola for this setup because the English official translation of the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, the cover is dark blue, so I wanted to incorporate the color into this theme as well, just as a nod to the book cover. As you can see, I'm using some washi tape to create some borders so that when I'm coloring in these lines, I won't go over and accidentally put black where I don't want it to go. And to write down the dates, I'm using a white jelly roll. I also attempted to write down the days with that white jelly roll pen, but it didn't take that well on the dark blue Crayola, so I just used a black pen for that as well. And I wanted to write in the day with another pen with a finer point, but I don't know what happened. I think I didn't pull off the pressure of my hand from the pen, so when I went back, I kind of overdrew the line really wonkily. It happens. So I just went over the whole July again just to make it seem intentional. So the monthly overview is just very simple. It's only the monthly overview. I do have to get a little bit used to not having my goals next to it, but I am making a separate spread for my goals page on the next page together with my brain dump, which gives me more space for my goals for the month, and I'm able to make any categories if I want to. I left the page pretty blank, as you can see. I only made the titles, which again, I've used 2 panels of the manga. These are actually the panels where they first met after the reincarnation. Again, I kept these pages very simple. I only made a title for each of these spreads because I know these will fill out as the month goes on. It's now mid-June and I have already filled out the goals page quite a lot with what I want to achieve in the month of July. So it all turned out quite well. I think I might keep the goals on a separate page. And I like having one page dedicated to my brain dump. Throughout the month, I like to have any thoughts that don't need to fill up an entire page. I like to put them in my brain dump so that I don't have like half empty pages just spread out around my bullet journal. That really irks me. When it comes to all these smaller ideas, I'd rather just have them confined on one dedicated page. I prefer when flipping through my bullet journal to have it have some semblance of order, even if it just only makes sense to me, rather than having random notes here and there scattered throughout. I'm also a slut for aesthetics, so we have that. So now I'm going to be working on my final spread for this video, which is my first weekly spread. If you've watched my last 2 bullet journal videos, you've probably seen this spread over and over again. I've been really obsessed with this type of weekly spread. It looks very structured. It keeps in all my to-dos. I have an overview of this week and next week that I can fill out any way I want to. And I have a little space for decoration in the little date section. I've just been really enjoying this spread, and it has helped me really stay on track with my to-dos, and I'm also looking forward to come back to my bullet journal when I'm working with this spread, which might sound a little strange, but there's that. I also love the aesthetics of it, and overall this spread has just been really helpful and useful to me, so this one is not going anywhere anytime soon. So that is the end of my July 2022 bullet journal setup. Please let me know down below what your theme for July is going to be, if you've already set up your bullet journal or if you're still thinking about what you want to do. If you have read the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation or have watched the animation or the manga or the C-drama, like, let me know. But for now, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you got some inspiration out of it, or you just like, you know, to spend time with me. I really enjoyed spending this time with you, and I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, ghouls.
I still need to recover from my